What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. All right, it is the 26th day of June. Here we are at about 1.55 cents now. Looking at this on the daily time frame, we have about, I think we should have about 9 hours left in the day. Yeah, 8 hours, 58 minutes left in the day here. Had a nice wick to the upside, didn't we? A nice wick indeed. And we're coming back down. This is not the reaction you want to see when breaking out of a consolidation phase, but it's okay. We might be coming back down to find support at prior resistance. If we look at this on a let's start off at the 1 hour. We'll come back to the 4 hour. Okay, let's look at this on a 1 hour time frame. I might have to turn up the performance here just because, and if I do, it's just going to be a little bit louder, guys. But my computer's being slow today for whatever reason, so we're going to do that. I'm going to have to get a new computer, probably. Like an actual computer, not just a laptop. Anyways, enough about my own stuff. Low to high here. Low to high, right? Relative low to high. Where we are, just below the 236, it's very uncommon to continue being productive and moving higher without first going a little bit lower. So I would think that we go just below or probably right to the 382 at least, something right there. Let's put a line right there, okay, and see. I mean, obviously you can definitely go below there. It's very common to wick below the 382 and still find support on it, okay? I have to be specific because whenever I say we'll find support here, if we do this, someone's like, we didn't find support there. No, we did. That is yes, actually we did. Yes, it's like here we found support at the 236. You see, it's yes we did. But right there, we're just going to put a line right there, and then we're also going to put a line at this golden ratio, relatively speaking, because I would think that it's one of those two areas. I'm leaning toward the golden ratio. I don't think we're getting off this easy, but maybe it makes more sense to find support at the 382. 1 hour RSI certainly looks like it wants to get oversold, or at least get around that area, right? We found support here before, even when we're being bullish, even when we're being bearish. This is kind of the area. We're just above it now. So let's go a little bit lower. A little bit lower. That would probably detail the 382 or just below there. So looking at the 4 hour time frame, I would think it would look nicer from the prior areas of resistance perspective to find support at the 382 right there around 1.5 cents. I think it would look nicer. But if we go down to 1.4 cents, that's okay. I doubt that we would go too much below 1.4 cents. It's very possible that we do, but not too much below, right? Certainly not below like 1.3, not even like 1.35 cents, right? This would be the kind of lowest that I would expect, or at least around there is what I would expect. The 4 hour RSI rejected the overbought zone here a little bit after getting into it here. So a little bit of downside is pretty standard here. Typically you find support at the 50 or the 40, if not lower. But whenever you're expecting bullish things, which we're expecting bullish things, you look to find support at the 50 or the 40. So a little bit lower. A little bit lower seems to be the essence of this here. Yes. We have a wick right now. That's okay. 55 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. We've had bullish looking candles before and we still went lower, you know what I mean? Like, and we've had bearish candles before and then we go right up, you know what I mean? It's not always so cut and dry. Here we had a bearish candle and we continue to go up. We can have a bullish looking candle here and still go down. Really what I think we did was we just came up, we found resistance at prior support right here, validating that we probably will go down. Actually, that's my expectation. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, we're right in an area where I'd expect us to go down. We could go up a little bit more, just like a little bit more, and keep in line with this if you want to. I mean, I guess that doesn't need to happen, but from a price perspective, from an RSI perspective, that makes sense. But price is the ultimate arbiter of truth, right? And I mean, right here you're at resistance of prior support. It would make a lot more sense that you go down here, but pretending that you go up a little bit more, sure. Maybe we go up to instead of finding resistance right here, maybe we go up to 1.58 cents, and then we begin to move down. But one way or another, regardless of how you cut it, right? If you're watching this video and we're up here, don't get excited. We're still going down. If we're down here, don't get excited. That doesn't mean we're bouncing. It could. Maybe we do bounce from here, but we could still very well go lower. You know what I mean? Either of these targets are not that far away. What is that from a percentage point even? I'm kind of curious. What are we talking about here? I mean, at a minimum, that's like a 3% drop. At a maximum, 10%. Yeah, nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy, my friends. But Bitcoin's looking like it wants to set up for a bear trap, so I'm thinking that the rest of the market will probably follow suit, right? 3-day time frame, daily time frame. Let's get on the daily time frame. Daily time frame here, looking like we're finding resistance at prior support as well. So we're going to find a higher low here, and again from a low to a high, 1.5 cents at the 382, 1.39 cents at the golden ratio. Just makes so much sense that that's where we would go. If we're looking at this from a relative high to low here, high to low, look at what we did, guys. We hit the 382. It's perfect. I didn't need any of this other. You know what? This actually adds to the idea that we will find support at that 1.5 cent. I was starting to think that we wouldn't, but maybe we go just below there. It makes so much sense that that's what we would do. Just below 1.5 cents, and then we're on our way to golden ratio, you guys. If we go a little bit lower, if we go a little bit lower than that, we find support around 1.39. It's okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But I'm actually more confident now than I was a second ago that we will find support right there just below 1.5 cents. And then immediately move up to 2 cents and beyond, probably, right? This could all happen by the end of the day. I mean, maybe not being up at 2 cents by the end of the day, but finding support and moving up could happen by the end of the day. Right here, I mean, that's a 35% move to 43% move from that expected area. From the current price, we're talking about still a 37% to basically a 30% move. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. And that should happen, I would think, by the end of this week, over the coming days here. If not by the end of this week, timing's never the easiest thing to get, but sometime very soon, if like next week, if we have to wait one more week for 30%, oh no. I know, I'm just terrible, but it's okay. It'll be okay. And then once we're at 2 cents again, you guys, once we're up here, right, if we're looking at this as kind of like a consolidation phase here, lower highs, lower lows, the whole shebang, it kind of does look like a bull flag, doesn't it? It like kind of, when you draw it like that, it kind of does, actually. Weird. Anyways, whenever we get up to 2 cents, regardless of what you want to call this, I'm not calling it a bull flag. We did at one point, but I'm not calling it a bull flag now. The flag is too big. It's an absurd flag. It's like one of those. It's more like one of those things, those like noisemakers on the stick that you like spin around. It's like the stick is small, but the thing is bigger. I don't know. Like I don't know. That was more like a money printer sound. I can't do maybe it's like something like that. There you go. Anyways, 2 cents. 2 cents. Once we get there, I think it'll be clear, it'll be undeniable that we are breaking out of this range to the bullish effect. Once we're breaking out of this range to the bullish effect and it becomes undeniable, that's when the FOMO really starts to set in from retail buyers, from people who've had their eyes on this, any big players out there that are wanting to throw the hammer down because they're aware of where this thing's going to go, man. We're all aware of where this thing's going to go. It's going to go from a high here to a low. Come on now, low here. 15 cents to 32 cents, somewhere in there. That's what I'm thinking. I'm personally thinking 26 to 32 cents. And genuinely, guys, we might not be bullish enough. You never know. It could see higher targets than that, but I have a hard time calling for a 53-cent target or more, right? That doesn't really sit well with me, but maybe, who cares if it sits well with me or not. OnyxCoin will do what it wants to do. Even the most bearish outcomes that we came up with, right, were at like 11 cents. So that's still from here. I mean, what is that, like an 8x from here? At 11 cents. It's a 7.5x. It's still good. It's still outperforming the average coin, but that's like the absolute minimum. When I say minimum target, that's not even, we don't talk about that target too often because it's not even a target I consider. It's like absolute pessimism. It's like unrealistic minimum target, genuinely. And I know that might sound crazy to some people, but if you don't know, you don't know. This thing really has like the most logical probability, in my opinion, is 26 to 32 cents. That's where we're going to go by the end of this next endeavor. When is it going to happen? Throughout July, and I think going into August, but maybe even we might even top off in July. OnyxCoin can top off before or after Bitcoin. It doesn't need to top off at the same time as Bitcoin. We've got targets. We got targets that are around 12 to 15 cents, 10 cents that make sense as well. But maybe we find turbulence here, but I just don't think that we stop here. I'd really think that we do go to 26 or higher, something that's well above 20 cents. Anyways, 15 or 1.55 cents right now, a little bit lower is the expectation. Daily RSI looks good. We like that we've broken out of the downtrend here, right? We've broken out of this downtrend high, coming down here to this lower high here. But sometimes whenever you break out of a trend, you back test to find support. Wouldn't that just be perfect to find support right around the 50, as you like to do? Just below the 50, just below the 50, just below the 50. You like to do that, not right at the 50 so often. And then you come up and you get overbought going into that first part of July. We should be getting some nice readings, doing some OnyxCoin moves where we're moving up 100% in 3 days or more, 200%, 300% in 3 days. However it is, whatever it is, we're going to get there very soon. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.